have not done their homework. That's what we still have till now. I keep saying that, why is it that is when we are getting close to election that INEC come alive? INEC, do they close INEC office after the 2020? Did they close it after 2023 election?
After the court cases?
Yes, did they close it? Let everybody go home.
I don't know.
So if they did not close INEC office, why was INEC not preparing for the 2027 election since the close or the end of the 2023 election?
Maybe because they changed their chairman just...
When did they change the chairman? Was it not?
No, change the chairman, one of other executives.
It's a body that has directors, it has. So why were they not preparing for 2027 elections? Why were they not sitting down to like structure what are we going to do? What is the perimeter we are going to follow? What is the map? The thing is that INEC does not have its own say. It's not independent to make its decision. There's still this outside force that is controlling INEC, that is making INEC to act like a body that is not structured, that is not organized. If not, why would INEC not have placed these dates? Would INEC tell us that they didn't know that there will be public holiday or a feast around 2027? Meaning they were not doing their homework. They released the timetable, they now changed the timetable. It means they are not doing their homework. So if you are having dates that is now making politicians or political parties to be on their toes, it means that there is something that is influencing those dates and those judgments. And that is where the independency of INEC or the independence of INEC come to play again. INEC should be independent. INEC should be independent from political influence. That is the only way we can have credible aspirants, we can have credible candidates, and we can have people that the electorate wants. For example, I keep going to Abia, and I keep referring to what the Abia state governor is doing, because he's someone that the people wanted, and you could see the manipulation that came before he was declared the winner. The person that came up and said that I'm not going to manipulate the process, and he emerged the governor. Now, Abia is becoming a place that people are going to see and to copy what they are doing. If we have that in every of our states, and we say we want to have a credible election without manipulation, without interference, that is what we'll be saying. Why would we have a state that is remaining the same way with all the allocations, with all the... What's going on? So, we are not having a credible election. Like, I will support what you said now. We're not having a credible election if this system goes on like this.
Sustain in this manner.
Yes,
this manner.
We are not.
Chief Sonny, when we were talking about the APC screen, I remember that I have some friends, young friends though. They are going to contest for State House of Assembly position. Yeah, they're going to contest for membership of State House of Assembly. And that feels like starting from the cradle. Do you think that's the way that the not too young can run, facing the reality? Because it's one thing for us to bemoan the system, it's another thing for young people to be strategic, to overpower the system. And I would tell you, sir, that I love your passion, because you are not a young person. But one day I remember telling my father at home that don't talk to me, you should be the president now. Your mates are president of this country.
Because of this system.
Your mates in their 70s are president.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, I don't know. You share my sentiment.
I share.
I have to tell my father, I said, you don't have to talk to me anyhow. You should be good for president. He said, no way. He said you're 75, so you have to go contest.
Yes.
I should sit back and wait till I'm 75. But that's on a very lighter note, really. How can young people be strategic in grabbing this thing strategically, not with sentiments now? Because look at the reality. We said it on this program already that we can scream from heaven to earth and to hell. Nothing might change. But how can young people be strategic in grabbing or taking power? Power is never given though. You have to go for it.
You see, if when a young man sees a young woman that is in love with, he goes all out. Goes with the sisters, goes with the friends, goes with the brothers to ensure that woman becomes his. The same thing, if we love this country, we want this country to move forward, our youths, first and foremost, should stop singing praises of these old politicians. Our youths should be thinking on how... See, Gowon was between 28 to 35 years.
Yes.
When ascended leadership, to know that something called development But what we're saying here is that if the youths, even if Tinubu is contesting, they say 100 million at the base, the youths have organized, get the youth party. 100 people pay 1,000 or 1 million. Buy a phone for somebody. And all the youth support that particular person and follow their vote to conclusion. I don't think Tinubu will win election. But when we see this opposition come say, Bosa, because it's going to give you 200,000 to share. At the end of the day, your own inside that money is 4,000 or 2,000. And you sold your conscience. We're not thinking of, see, I grew 76 when you finish secondary school. Companies will pack car. Begging the principal to give them intelligent ones to go and work in that places. They were telling something, we will give you Volkswagen, we will give, now nothing like Tokumbo cars in Nigeria. All brand new. They give you cars. Wire holder. But today, master's degree is singing praises of an old politician. Not thinking of how he himself would go. It's a very parroty system. And I don't know how we're going to get out of it. If you guys don't know, we must take power. You can take power. Organize themselves. Organize a party of youths and move themselves there. Anything, just get a phone, contribute, like talk about me, or 1,000, the whole federation, they paid. And they follow. Forget about whoever going and say youth, let them.
We have YP.
We take it up. But the problem is that they are relying on these old politicians to feed.
Okay.
They are not going to rig the election in their favor.
I know Wilson, you are young, so
yes.
I don't know if you respond to
because of these politicians, that children don't even come to polling unit. Their children don't even vote. Their wife don't even vote. Before the election, the children are
Sassoni, let the young man here.
Yes.
Let
the young man
respond to this, because I'm still on the fence right now.
Yes.
I've taught the challenge to our fathers.
Yes. Let the young man respond.
Respond to this. Basically.
You see, what we are having here is survival we have in Nigeria.
Comrade Wilson, we are talking about strategy, though.
Strategy. It's survival we have right now. That is why it looks like the youth are not forthcoming. I just came from a meeting with young people.
Okay.
There was a question I asked them. The young people, they are in school, university. I asked them a question. Which state are you from? One said it's from Kogi State. One said Ekiti State. Another said Benue. Who is your governor? Quiet.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They're not interested.
Name of their own governor.
They don't know.
They're not interested.
This is not somebody telling me. I asked the question. Who is the, what's the name of your governor? What local government are you from? They said it. What is the name of your local government chairman? They don't know.
No way.
They don't know. Because the system has been sent to them that nothing is working politically, so I'm not interested anymore. Because NSAS was also another eye-opener for them. The time they tried to let's change the system, they were cut off. So the strategy for me is reawakening, is what I call awakening. Let us send that consciousness again. Let us reawaken that excitement, that credibility, that it can be better. Nigeria can work.
Rather than saying it's over, it's not gonna
I don't buy to that narration that Nigeria is over. Nigeria can work.
Yes.
Because I'm still here. I'm still alive. So it will work in my time. Because I'm not here to let the system fail while I'm alive. The reason why I'm in this place is that it will work. And I believe it will work. And the youth, this plain loyalists, they need to get it out of their system. You made reference to Gowon. In your time, I'm sure they were nothing like this. Because the young ones were aiming to be the leaders of tomorrow.
They knew they could
They knew they could be.
They knew they could be.
But now, the young ones, they just, I beg, let me just do my content creation. Let me just take care of my family. Nobody is thinking that I can be the governor.
They can change the polity.
Yes, I can be the president. somebody can say, I'm from this family, but I can rise like Joseph to become the prime minister. I am from this family of Jesse, I can rise like David to become the king. Now, the young ones just believe that I can have this my POS business and I can rise to have 20 POS. That's the highest they can dream now.
Just making money. Okay. Thank you. You've answered the question marvelously. We are slowly drifting from the topic, so we're going to get back. But I'm going to sum it up, the whole conversation by talking about the rats experiment that was had one time, where scientists had to drop rats into a bottle of water, and the first set of rats that entered all drowned. They tried again, put the rats into the water, brought them out, and then put them back in the water. Realized that the rats who he dropped before and brought them out were struggling to get out and lasted longer than the previous rats. And he understood that because those rats saw there was hope of survival, they kept fighting. And I want to say on the faculty that we should not believe there is no hope for survival for Nigeria, or there is no hope for survival for the next elections.
There is hope.
There is hope. So we can get out of that drowning glass. So I think the House agrees to that.
Yes, there's hope.
But let's get back to our conversation about this money thing, and let's talk about the UK and the US, because we talk about this since we say Nigeria is bad, things are not working, but there it's more structured, yet it's expensive in different other ways. So are we as Nigerians focusing so much on the price of nomination forms, or are there other barriers really that we're not focusing on? Let me go back to Chief Sir Sunny Ogbedo. Go ahead, sir.
There are many areas Nigerians are getting our politics very wrong.
Yes.
When I was with the UN, I had a friend from Canada. He's a police officer. We were driving in the town and we saw a vehicle pick up overloaded. And they tapped me, say, "Can I see it?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do we see this in our country?" I said, "Yes." I said, "What happened?" He said, "But dealing with you, one should be careful." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because if you are caught, like what you are fingering now, if you are caught, you lose your building for 25 years.
Wow.
Then when you serve for 25 years, they give you a house. So you must be careful not to get query. So at 25 years service, you get your house. At 10 years, there's something you get. At 15, there's something. At 25, where are you going to live all the time? I want to live in Asaba. They will come to Asaba, buy a land for you, build a house,
Beautiful.
4-bedroom, and give you.
Beautiful.
You don't need to worry. They will train 2 of your children. If you want 4, you train the balance 2. So there's something you are aiming at while working with the government. But the Nigerian system is bad. What you get for yourself is what you get for yourself. I know what happened between Jonathan and Buhari. When Jonathan left office, the road to Toke was not hard. The road to his village was not hard. But the Buhari came and turned that road. That's how governance should be. And what if you're a president of this country, your family will never suffer. Even when you die, your wife is sick, they will fly your wife outside this country for treatment.
Yes.
So why are they embezzling our money? Why are they impoverishing this country? Our leaders are not fair. That's exactly what we're saying. We are getting everything wrong. Like now, how can I be contesting for House of Assembly? The other day, a list came out from government house, from APC, with all the aspirants of APC in all the local government going for House of Assembly. And you are collecting money from people to buy for those positions. When you have already agreed on your own, and these are the people going, the list already out. So the people you are collecting money from, for what reason are you collecting that money? Then to let them go to other political parties and go there. And the INEC is supporting them by saying nobody should even defect. I have to tell me who the political party should contest. We are getting many things we are getting wrong. You are holding me on. I should not leave my party to another party when another party is not favorable. I'm working on consensus. Consensus is never a good practice in democracy. Allow us to go to the ballot. Do your first ballot. The winner among us will know that he won. All of us will go and consult We come there, bring our delegates, let them vote us. The winner will congratulate him, let him go. We'll work for him. Next time I might win him. But you sit down in your parlor and said, Mr. A is going. And I bought form and paid. How will I be happy? So we're getting everything very, very wrong. Our timing in democracy, we're getting it wrong. Since last year, I've started this democracy journey now. Governance have slowed down. Everything we're doing in this 2027 election is wrong. And I pray that God will help Nigeria.
Okay. I don't know if I should talk about this, but there was this story that broke just last week. Today's Monday. Last week, a group of students and beneficiaries from Neo Fund in Anambra State, they publicly endorsed the president and they contributed for the nomination form over 10.7 million naira to help the president. Lies about the youth and how
they know what will be a student.
They should be involved.
And then you give me bursary of I bring 200,000 for me, so I'm contributing for president to go for.
Maybe they can't take care of themselves, but maybe they have their ways, their means. But we're about to say goodbye on the show.